Hello, everyone. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear
Perfect.
you.
Perfect. Okay, so firstly, thank you everyone for joining today's webinar. We're going to be talking about CareTutor and more specifically the Pathway platform. My name is Gary. I am the Business Development Manager here at CareTutor, and we're also joined with Karim, who heads up the platform,
Hi guys.
and the Managing Director, Luke.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, I'm joining today. This is our first webinar on our new Pathway platform. So, yeah, I wanted to join to just help answer any questions if I can, and also just wanted to just explain kind of how Pathway came about and why we've developed it, which was off the back of reaching out to our clients to see if there's any areas of functionality that we could add to our foundation platform. And just to hearing what our clients were looking for, we developed this new platform which has a lot more additional features and extra functionality. It's very customizable, and it also allows our clients to now use the platform to record blended learning, so they can deliver webinars and they can record face-to-face training sessions as well. It can be white labeled, so you can have you can make it look customized as you want for your own platform, and with your own logos and branding. And it's just got so many great features. We're really excited about it, and our clients that have transitioned over to it are really, really pleased with it. And yeah, I'm going to hand back to Gary and enjoy the webinar, and I hope you like what you see. Thanks, Gary.
Thanks, Luke. So I know that some of you guys that are joining the webinar are existing customers, and some of you may not be as familiar of us, CareTutor. So what I'll do is I'll link a brochure to the chat that gives you a bit more of a background on CareTutor, so feel free to have a look at that. So today's agenda, so we're booked in for 30 minutes. However, if we do run over a little bit, this will be recorded this webinar, so we can send this back to you. So I will give you a little bit of a background on CareTutor. We'll touch on the features, the Pathway features, and then I'm going to hand it over to my colleague Karim, who will take you through the Pathway demonstration, and then we'll touch on the different packages that we've got available. And if you guys have got any questions, could you kindly put it in the chat, because at the end of the webinar we can go through your questions together. So a little bit of an introduction on CareTutor. So CareTutor is the leading video-based e-learning platform for home care and care home workers. We're based in Chiswick, which is West London, and we're backed with 20 years of experience in the care sector. All of our courses are endorsed by Skills for Care, and courses are peer-reviewed by organizations such as the Alzheimer's Society and the Social Care Institute of Excellence. Our courses are rated an average of 9.2 out of 10 by our learners, with over 1 million courses completed. We use a blend of content formats such as the live action video filmed with professional actors in real care settings, and we've got scenario-based animated videos. So some of the features on our new Pathway platform. So firstly, we've got unique URLs, which can be specific for each branch, unlimited branches and departments, auto enrollment of groups of courses, training matrix. You can add your own courses and training records, email notifications and reminders, accessibility options, things like you can translate the courses to 70 plus different languages, learning paths, infographics, webinars, customized branding, full API connectivity, micro-learning, custom reports, and you can connect to your HR platform. So I'm just going to hand it over to my colleague Karim to take you through the demonstration.
Yeah, hi guys. So yeah, I was gonna take you on a little bit of so just an introduction to our courses themselves, a little intro and what they look like, and then get really into the Pathway platform because that's what we're really excited about today. So I'm just gonna share my screen here. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so you can see here immediately. So we've got our two types of training styles. So we've got, as Gary was alluding to earlier, we've got that live action training, which is filmed by professional actors in real care settings. And then we've got the more animated and engaging interactive style of training as well, that video animation. So the courses are packed with interactivity, any course that you get. So it's just to keep the learners ticking throughout. But yeah, you can really see that yeah, it's filmed in a real care setting, and yeah, so it's just 80% of learners in the UK are visual learners, so that's why we're really driving the visual training aspect. Okay, so let me just start by showing you our Pathway LMS. So this is what a typical learner would see when they're logging in. So this is a learner named Jenny. So we're just going to sign in as Jenny. Yeah. And immediately we see her courses that she's been allocated. So courses can be assigned in a few different ways. So you can allocate courses individually as such, and they'll show up on your course page, or you can allocate them as a curricula or as a learning path. So I'll move on to those, come on to those a little bit later. But if we just take a look at the basic course. So let's take a look into our Caring for Autism course. So here we've got the course structure. So we've got a little bit of a detail about the course itself, and then it moves into the e-learning content. So that is the course content itself, and that will be jam-packed with interactivity and really useful information. You know, we create our courses with subject matter experts throughout the whole course duration process, and they are all peer-reviewed, as Gary was alluding to again. So after the course is completed, the learner will then be able to access the assessment quiz. So this should take about 15 minutes. It's about 12 to 15 multiple choice questions. Once that's completed, they will get a certificate generated for them. So on this platform, you can customize whether the learner sees their certificate or not. So you can be set up so that a learner gets their certificate, or you can be set up so that only the management has access to that certificate. And then just after that assessment quiz, you get a little feedback on the course so you can see actually what the learner thinks of the course itself. And again, like Gary was alluding to, we have got a 9.2 star rating on our courses average, which is a great thing out of 1 million completions. So that's a little bit of the course structure, how that's seen. So now I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about the curricular and learning path. So curricula, so this is basically like a group of courses that you can assign to a learner. This is like a program that you can set, and it's filled with these courses. And once all of these courses are completed, the learner will get a further certificate saying that you have completed this batch of courses. So in this instance, we've created a home care certificate course. Obviously, this will take you through the theory aspect of the care certificate, but yeah, so, and then there'll be a practical session separately, I'm sure you can arrange. So yeah, so again, yeah, so just once these all are completed, then the curricula gets completed itself. The same thing is with learning paths. So learning paths are quite interesting, and in that they are, so this is a basic induction training learning path that each new learner on this system gets assigned automatically. So basically we've got like data policy section, a person-centered care section, so you can break down the learning into different sections, and these are all our training courses. So we've got 80 plus so social care and also childcare courses. You can actually see here this learning path is basically set so that a learner actually can't progress to the next course before completing the previous course. So if we want to really customize this, you could create your own course as an induction to, let's say, vitality care as the main content. So that's a little bit of the courses themselves. And let's take a look. We can actually, if you really want to, we can really customize the platform the way you like. So you can have your own colors, your own logos, and your own brand identity, basically. So here we've got a login screen for this company that we've created, Angel Care, as a demo company. You can see they've got their own URL. So angelcare.lmsi is completely separate from CareTutor. We've got the logos for Angel Care. and you can see that even in the favicon there. And we've got you can put whatever you like on the login screen too. So we've got here a learner of the month kind of descriptor. So this will just show you, okay, so Jenny, she's our learner of the month for this branch of Angel Care. And yeah, so that can be changed to, so whatever you really want on there, so we can upload that for you. So let's just sign in as Renata here. Okay, so Renata, again, yeah, she's got the courses that she's been allocated. And we'll just show you a few extra custom bits that you can add as well. So with when you have, if you sign up for one of our more customized packages, you can have your own policy documents as well. So you can host and store site pages basically on your system so that all your learners have access to them. So we've got here an Angel Care policy documents page. So these are just links to your own organization's, code of conduct, employee handbook, policies and procedures, etc. So that can all be stored on the system, really handy. So it's all on one page, one system. We also can have external links. So this could be linked to anything, but right now it's linked to our blog page on our website. So you can take a look at that. And you can link back to potentially your own website, your own organizational page. And we also have access to, the learners also have access to this gamification feature, which is really engaging, which is a tool basically we're using to really try and get learners as competitive as they can with each other. So it's a kind of a leaderboard of learners within that organization, within that branch. So you can see here, Renata is second place. You've got John at the top, John Smith. He's got 18,000 points, so it's quite a way to catch up to him. But you can generate points by logging in, by completing courses, and actually it'll show you how to collect points, but you can earn badges as well. And you can view some of the badges on the system too. And this is something that you don't have to set. For all your branches, you can set this on and off as well. So really, again, a really customizable platform. Learners also have access to a calendar where they can add their own events or link to their own. So you can add an event, you can link that to a course, or you can just add a title to it, and a date and a duration. Or if you have a training session coming up, your instructor can add you onto that training session, and that will be added to your calendar. Or again, you can link that up to your other calendars from other applications. We also have a direct messaging feature, so you can always directly message your admin. So that's really handy to just store and keep those records all on one platform. Again here, so we've got a bit of a conversation between Renata and the instructor Gavin, and Gavin's kind of just showing Renata a few standard policy documents. You can actually attach files to these the direct messages as well, and just send them to her. Okay. So we've touched on a few of those points there. Again, yeah, so Renata has full access to information if we wanted to have that. You can see her own certificates as well. So some of them expired. These are the ones that aren't on top. You can see the award date and expiration date. Okay. Right, so I think we've shown you a little bit of the learner account. So I think I'm going to switch over to the management account now and get to the real meat of the webinar. So this is Gavin. This is Renata's instructor and admin, and we'll just log in as him and just see what he sees. So immediately you can see he's got access to a lot of tools on the system, and immediately he's given an overview of what's happening on his platform. So this is within this week. These learners have completed 11 courses on that day. They've logged in 9 times. There's 9 logins. So you can see just an immediate kind of usage of the platform itself. Report on that, and then here we've got main indicators as well. So I think when an organization signs up with us, the first thing that we'll ask them is, how is your organization structured? So we can take a look at the branches here. So this is where we can set an organization's structure, and we can, again, structure this to how you like. So we can take a look at this organization chart. It really shows you a clear breakdown. So we've got Angel Care, that's the top level department. So this is the organization. And then under that, you've got several branches. So let's say Angel Care is the main organization, and then you've got several homes or sites that come within it. So you can set department hierarchies as well, like this. So you can see Glendale is a home within Angel Care, in the Angel Care organization, and Glendale has 2 sub-departments within that as well. So you can set as many sub-departments as you like and have any hierarchies that you like. But you can see there are some names highlighted in bold. So Gavin here, so he's the admin for the whole Angel Care department. But you can see E. Mitchell is within Glendale, so he's the admin for the Glendale department. So he's only able to administer the Glendale's department, not Stonefields or Tanwoods or Whiteburns, just his own department. So that can come really in handy if you don't want staff, training managers to view other departments, etc. And you can always view what that training manager sees by actually logging in to his account. So I can come on to this a bit later, but just to quickly, you can actually sign in to that account, and this training manager, Ezra, he only sees his own department's structure, so only Glendale, and then the branches below Glendale. Okay. So yeah, so once you sign up with us, we will set your branch structure up. And once you're happy with that, then the first thing to do is upload your users onto the platform. So not sure if any of you have had experience with e-learning platforms before, but it's really simple and really easy. So we'd send you an Excel file over, and you just upload your first name, your last name, and the branch that you want the learner to go into, and the email address. And those users will be uploaded onto the system. So here you can see the list of your users. So you can upload users as a bulk upload, or you can add them ad hoc. So on the fly, you can come to this users tab, you can add user. Again, really easy. You can add an image for the user if you want to, first name, last name, password, email address, etc. Then the learner will get a notification via email to their account saying that they've been generated an account on CareTutor, or in this case, the Angel Care LMS. And they will log in from there. It'll send a link to log in as well and complete their training. Okay. If you are migrating to us from a different e-learning platform, so we do provide training migration as well. So we can keep your training as up to date as possible. So learners don't have to refresh their courses again. So that's a service that we do offer. So when you're looking at the reports, it is the latest information. Now, if we just go on to, so once your learners are set up, once they're in their right branches, we want to allocate them to training. So we can do this in several ways. We can do it through groups, curricula, jobs, or audiences. So we'll just take a look at the groups functionality. That's the most popular. So here we've got a home care induction courses groups. That's a course that's been created. A group that's been created. So here is kind of like a program of courses. So it's a group of courses that you can assign to your learners. It's really easy. So you can just set the name of the group, so that you can set a description, the maximum users for the group, and you can actually make it a default system group. If you make it a default system group, then this group will be allocated to each user who signs up to the platform in the future going forward. So then it's just so you could make an induction. So this is again, an induction courses group. So any new learner can get access to that if you just click that. So so courses, you assign the courses to the group, and then you just assign the learners to the group, and it's that simple. They get allocated in those courses. In addition to auto enrollment into groups of courses, we also have auto refreshes. So as standard, our courses come as 1-year refreshers, and they are enrolled automatically, so that will save you time. But we also have options for custom refresher dates. You can set your own refresher dates on these courses too, so that when the refresher period comes up, the system will alert that your course certificate is expiring, but the learner will get automatically enrolled in that course, and no action really needs to be taken from the admin, other than maybe just a little follow-up. So that's a group of courses. We've created this all learner group here as well. So you can potentially, just as an example, you could put all your learners into one group, and if you just wanted to assign them 1 or 2 courses, you can go ahead and do that as well. So that's a really quick way to bulk allocate. All right, so that's a group of courses. We also have jobs, which is basically if you've got several different types of jobs in your organization, you can set them up and you can assign jobs to staff members. So you've got admin team, you've got care staff, kitchen staff, and maintenance staff. So we'll take a look at the care staff quickly. So they've got, you can assign the job to a specific branch, but then they've got these courses that they need to take, all care staff, and then you can add those users to them. So once a user is created, you can actually assign a job role, and those users will be automatically added to these courses. Okay. We also have, again, as I was speaking to you guys about earlier, curricula. So a curricula is a group of courses which, once completed, gives you an additional certificate, basically. So here we've created 2 care certificate courses, but potentially if you're an organization which has multiple branches across the UK, so you might have a branch in England, but also a branch in Wales. So obviously in England, you'd use the care certificate curricula, but you could create an All Wales induction framework, an AWIF curricula as well. And once you're in here, you can actually set it to automatically assign to new users. You can set the duration. You can set the courses, whether they're optional or not as well, which is quite a cool feature. And you can set the order that you want the curricula to be done in. We also have audiences. Audiences is a really cool new feature which we've got where you can actually assign a rule to an audience. So let's say here we've got a manager audience. So just the client admins within this organization get assigned to this audience, basically. And so any new admins that are created or any existing admins, they get added to this audience. And that is a cool way to group people together. You can also assign them training sessions. So let's say you wanted to have a training webinar with all the managers in your organization across all your sites. You can create a webinar and assign it to just this one audience. That's a really quick and simple way of doing that. Okay. Let's take a look now. Okay, so once we've so that's kind of assigning the training. We've set up the staff, we've assigned the training. Maybe we want to look at the reporting now. So we can take a look at the detailed reports that you get on the site itself. So here we've got a system report. So this is kind of a general system report of completions and logins that we saw on the first page. We've got a users report. We can see each breakdown of each user, the number of courses they've been allocated and how many they've completed out of the numbers they've been allocated. Same with courses, where you can see these, so 8 dysphagia courses have been allocated, but 2 of them have been completed. So it's just a different view. Curricula, same thing, and tests and surveys. So you can actually get into into an analysis and a breakdown on how your learners are answering the questions and how they're giving the feedback and what the main feedback is and what the main rating is for those courses. And so that's it's a really good tool to see how your learners are doing. Certificates, that's somewhere where you can come and actually click and actually see what the certificate looks like. This is all the certificates of the learners on the system. So we can take a look at one of the certificates here. So this is what a general typical certificate would look like. Obviously, you can customize the certificate the way you like. Depending on the package you pick, you can have your own branding and your own logos on the certificate. It doesn't have to be Care Tutor. But yeah, so we have the name of the learner, the course, the grade, the date the course was completed on, then the learning outcomes and standards, really important to an inspector. We also have the fact that it's equivalent to the CPD accredited point, and then we've got the Skills for Care and CPD logos on there, which inspectors really like seeing. So we can go to the timeline here as well. Again, this is another really detailed breakdown of exactly the activity that's happening on your account. You can actually see the IP address that the learners are accessing and completing this doing these actions from. So if you really wanted a complete breakdown, we're really keen on kind of giving you the the most compliance the tools that you can have. Custom reports, so you can create your own reports, really cool feature as well. So let's say we wanted to create a report where we want to see every user who hasn't logged in within the last 6 months. So here we can see that actually only one user hasn't logged in within the last 6 months. It says Mitchell. You can break these custom reports down into how you like. So we've got a completion report here as well, which shows you exactly the percentages of the courses that your learners are getting, and the courses that are completed. Finally, on the not finally, but on the infographics as well, we've got Angel Care. So this is if you wanted a high-level view on how your staff are doing on the platform, you'd come to infographics. You take a look. We can take a look at, and these are some really great visuals to see exactly how your staff members are doing. So we've got a participation rates, time taken to actually complete the courses, the gamification information, and then the number of users who, the percentage of users who have actually completed courses, were V registered, V in progress, and then you've got the logins here too. Another report you'll have access to is the traffic light training matrix. So this will be a really important report for you. So you can filter this by the department. You can filter it by the course. So yeah, I think I've been logged out. But basically, this is what the matrix would look like. So you can filter by the department, course, and user, and group, and you'll be able to see basically the color coded training matrix. So this is a certification report. So in green are the users who've got their courses completed. In red are expired. In orange, they're coming up to expiry. And so it's a really easy, quick way for your management to see exactly who's outstanding on their courses. The same we have for the course progress report, just to see exactly where your learners are on their training journey. So if I just come back quickly here to this dashboard, we can actually go to just a couple of extra features. So notifications, again, you can really customize the system to how you like. So we've got here an certificate expiry notification, let's say. So let's take a look and edit that. So you can set the, so this is an email that will go out to staff members when their certificate is about to expire. So you can set the recipients for this, the time that the email gets sent, and you can actually customize the message itself. So we can really get into the detail of notifications that are even going out. You can also access the queue and just to see which notifications are coming out. You can access the certification expiration emails and the history for that. Another cool feature is automation. So we can, the platform, it can really work around your organization. So it can really have the complexity that you need it to have. So with automations, so we've set so you can set rules for courses. So with this example here, we've got an automation where it's on the certification expiry of emergency first aid. We want that to be enrolled again, but only after 1,000 hours, basically. So you don't have to immediately complete the course. You can complete it after a period of time. But you can set all sorts of course dependencies as well. So you can set, another course to be enrolled onto the learner after completion of another course, etc. And finally, before we move back to Gary, I've got these assets here as well. So assets is basically an ability where you can store a document against a learner type. So let's say we've got this progress log and that's stored against Renata Holmes. So we can actually, this is a care certificate mapping document. So so we've got the full document here. You can make changes to the document. That'll save on the platform. And that will be stored on the user's account. And it's just a really convenient way for you to store that information. All right, I think we're running out of time, so I'm going to hand it back to Gary for now. We might have some questions and answers, actually.
Yeah, I can see there's a few questions at the moment. So the first question is, what are the costs? So I'll tell you what, let me move on to the packages, and then we can go through the rest of your questions. Okay, perfect. So can everyone see my screen okay?
Actually, no. Click that again.
Perfect, that should do it. Okay, so when it comes to the different packages, now we have the most engaging courses with these animations and the live action, but now we have a very feature-rich platform. So we have 3 different packages, and inside the packages we have those features. So the first package is what we call the Pathway Essentials package. This would, of course, cover the CPD accredited courses, things like the unlimited staff turnover, the curricula of courses, skills, jobs and audiences, custom reporting, gamification that Karen mentioned, the different fonts and the translation of 70+ languages, infographics, customized emails, the inbuilt calendar and the API connectivity. So as you can see, the Pathway Essentials is very feature rich. Now, the next package up is the Pathway Pro. However, if you find that the Pathway Essentials is a good fit, but there's only a few features, or let's say a feature from the Pathway Pro that you're interested in, we can add that onto the Pathway Essentials. This is called the Pathway Essentials Plus. So an example being the unlimited branches, we can add that on the Pathway Essentials for you. So again, this will be called the Pathway Essentials Plus. The Pathway Pro will include everything that's on the Pathway Essentials plus more features. So again, things like the webinars that Karen mentioned, the platform will be completely white labeled with your own branding. You can have unlimited branches, micro-learning, the learning paths, blended learning, upload your own training records, the automation, skill gap test, and you can set your own refresher dates as well and expiry dates, and you can add your custom content to the pages. Now, the next package is what we call the Pathway Enterprise. This is where we can create some custom pricing for you. We'll just need to establish what it is exactly you want us to do. And again, we'll base the price off the back of that conversation. The price itself is based on per user, so it's per user per year. So the more users you have on doing the training, that will determine the price per user per year. So the more users you have, the cheaper the per user per year fee will become. So I hope that was.
Yep. Sorry, I think we just got another question from Irene. So Irene's a current client of ours, and she says, "My home's currently using CareTutor, and when does the new platform come out?" Basically, so the new, yeah.
Yeah. So the platform is currently out. We're more than happy to arrange a further demonstration to take you through the platform again, answer any questions. But to answer your question, the platform is live at the moment.
Oh, if I can just jump in there. So I think, yeah, basically, so we have clients on our other platform, our what we call our foundation platform. So there are options. We're reaching out to all clients to see if this is something that they would want to transition to. So it would be an upgrade on an existing contract. But it's something that we're definitely going to be offering, and it's available now. So any clients on the foundation platform can upgrade onto Pathway Essentials or Pathway Pro. So yes, we'll be reaching out to everyone about that. Okay,
Okay, so shall we move on? Yeah, perfect. Thanks, Luke. So now that was the sort of towards the end of our webinar. We're happy to take any questions. I think there's already some questions.
Yeah, there are a couple. So I think, one question is, we use face-to-face training as well. How can we add that to this platform? So I think I can answer that. So we do offer the ability to add and record face-to-face training. You can actually, as a course instructor, you can create your own course. You can add training sessions to the course. You can add the location of where the face-to-face training session was held, the duration that will get added to your learners' calendars, and then you can kind of set limits on your training session as well. So if the learners sign up to the course, and you can have a maximum capacity for a training session. If it goes above that, they can get waitlisted as well. And this is all something that you can view and add and view from the management platform. And so then it's just one easy way to store all your training data on one system.
Yeah. Is there any more questions?
Yeah, so I think there's one, do managers get any supporting materials to understand the platform after we sign up? So yeah, so there'll be several help files and help videos as well. But we also have a really supportive customer support team. We have a live chat as well, and you can just phone in or email in if you are facing any hurdles. We can help you overcome those.
Okay, if I can just jump in, we have got a few other questions coming through, but I think we're running out of time now. So what we will do, we will reach out to everyone on the webinar and answering any additional questions on that. And I'll just hand back to Gary. But thanks everyone for watching. And yeah, I hope you liked what you saw. And if you want to find out any more, we can arrange another demo for you. So back to you, Gary.
Perfect. I just want to say thank you for everyone for attending the webinar. It's our first webinar, so thank you again. And as Luke said, any questions, please feel free to get in touch with us. The email address is just on this slide, info@caretutor.org, but also feel free to call us anytime Monday to Friday, 9 to 5:30. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.